This is the Fearless Launching Show. I'm your host, Anne Samoylov, and today I'm inviting you to stand with me and commit to an important project this summer, your systems. I'm going to walk you through exactly why systems are so important, why now is a great time to tackle them, and exactly what I'm doing. And I'm going to invite you to just kind of hang with me for the next month or so. All right. So if that sounds interesting to you, if you're ready to get organized, put those processes in place and get that system down, keep listening. The Fearless Launching Show was created to answer the question, how can I launch my big idea to the world in the most simple, straightforward way possible and reach more of the right people? I'm your host, Anne Samoylov, and I've been helping 6- and 7-figure business owners launch for over a decade. And while I love geeking out about improving launches, new launch strategies, what's working, what's not working, I'm also obsessed with exploring the heart, the mind, the challenges of running your own business. And that's what we're going to do each and every week. I want to show you how to launch that course or coaching program or other creative work and navigate the journey of being an online entrepreneur. So if you're ready for some new perspectives, some new stories around launching, well, I can't wait to share those with you. Let's get into today's episode. I am so excited to talk about systems. You're going to hear me sound super nerdy today. But systems really are at the core of your business, and they can make your day-to-day so much more joyful, and you no longer have energy leaks where you're trying to figure out how to do whatever, well, pretty much anything in your business. Since we only have one more episode of this season of the podcast, I wanted to share what I'm going to be focusing on over the next few months. So rest of June, most of July. And that is systems. Now, not just any systems, the ones that are essential to running your business. And coincidentally, I'm also helping several clients get clear, clean up, and reconfigure their own systems and processes right now too, because I like everything to be aligned. Now, I spent too much time the first part of this year figuring out what comes next on things I've done millions of times. Yep. Or what feels like millions of times. So no more. I'm done with it. Here's what I'm doing. Now, I did this process, by the way, back in 2014. So it's been a while since I actually updated it. And I think that is probably the first process to kind of figure out how often do we need to look at these, right? So here's what I'm doing. First of all, here's the process I'm using. So I think this is first really good to just kind of figure out what process are you going to use to start figuring out this whole systems thing. First, I'm going to list out and and I've already got this doc. I have a running doc of the work I'm doing. And when I pause on things, that's when I know that there's a system issue. So I usually just write it down, or I create the system right away, document it, put a link to it, whatever. My goal is to have this just running list for myself in the next few weeks, in the next week, really. So reviewing my existing SOP list, all this lives in Asana and Google Drive, and just deleting things I don't need, or making notes and all that kind of stuff, making bolding things that I definitely do need. And then I'm going to be creating an overall new project in Asana for the new system work. So, and for the new kind of iteration, so that it's very clear that this is an updated SOP kind of area. This is an updated processes area. Then I'm going to be creating department specific, really like team specific, because there might be different teams depending on what their focus is, right? And even if it's me on 2 of the teams, that I'm the only person, it just separates things and makes sure that when I'm in that team or in those projects, I don't have to go back to the project about with all the processes. I can literally go here, know exactly which ones I'm going to use. And also it helps me identify new things that might actually become recurring things and things that I'm going to want to address. So creating that department specific and also project specific SOP lists that live right in the project. So they're front and center for departments, projects in Asana. I don't want to have to go any other place. I want to see them built into my projects. So then I'm going to likely start adding in new systems to support new people who come into the organization in the future. That is something that I don't have. I have started, but I don't have yet. Something really clear. I'm also doing a huge reorg of Google Drive, Dropbox to ensure we have everything then linked back accessible in our Asana SOPs. Once I do this then, and I know this might sound like an extra step, I'll export the Asana project as a CSV file and upload it to Notion and start creating the database there because a resource you may want to check out. This is who inspired me to do this. Really I'd already been playing with Notion as I have shared before, but is Jenny Blake and her book Free Time. So definitely look that up. She has lots of resources. She's a Notion lover as well. I also have a past episode all about creating a launch hub, which is where I explained the first kind of pass at the system, the first time we did this. So creating a launch hub and also a business hub. And I put those links in the show notes just below in your app here. So that's it. That's what I'm doing. And the goal is if you want to join me doing this process and you just want to kind of follow along, as I go through this cleanup process, definitely join my email list and also follow me over on Instagram at @AnnSamoylove because I'm going to be talking about this a lot in the coming weeks and through July. And my overall end goal is to just have an easier to scale business where hiring, onboarding, it doesn't take weeks, where everything is easy to do. That's what I want. A clear plan and strategy for not only getting work done, but getting the right work done. And then also being a model to my clients and students who know they need the structure and supportive systems too. Okay. Whew. If you would like to join me, definitely DM me over on Instagram. This is going to be just very low-key, casual, dare I say, fun activity. And there's always safety in numbers. I would love to know if you're going to be working on this too. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next Thursday, because guess what it is? Our very last episode of the season. If you enjoyed today's episode, do leave a comment and rating on whatever app you were on here. I would love to hear from you. So have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon.